Mr. President, finally, our delegation takes this opportunity to again register the alarm and profound dismay of the entire Caribbean community at the closure of the UNODC's Caribbean Field Office. We consider it nothing less than an abandonment of the Caribbean region. In this year's UNODC annual report, UNODC Executive Director Antonio Maria Costa is quoted as saying, and I quote, "States in the Caribbean, Central America, and the border regions of Mexico are caught in the crossfire between the world's biggest coca producers and the biggest consumers," unquote. In the preface to the UNODC's Threat of Narco-Trafficking in the Americas report, the executive director states that, quote, "Drug-related crime and the violence it fuels in parts of the Caribbean are a threat to public safety and an impediment to development," unquote. Within this context, it is beyond baffling that the UNODC can close its only office in the Caribbean, a region with the highest murder rate, with 1/5 of the cocaine traffic to North America, with increasing transit of synthetic drugs, and with rising levels of addiction to certain narcotics. Indeed, when we read in the UNODC's 2009 World Drug Report that they are, quote, "stepping up their engagement to Central America and the Caribbean to reduce the vulnerability of these regions to drugs and crime," unquote, CARICOM wonders how this stepped-up engagement takes place in the face of a physical retreat from the region. In that light, Mr. President, while we welcome the report of the Secretary General on international cooperation against the world drug problem, we want to express our clear understanding that inasmuch as its recommendation that member states, quote, "support the reconfiguration of the network of field offices of the UNODC," unquote, may be a possible euphemism for the closure of the Caribbean Field Office, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines rejects that recommendation. While we are fully aware of the UNODC's budgetary constraints, it is inconceivable to us that our abandonment or any other administrative expediency could form part of the solution to the UNODC's difficulties or the wider battle against the world drug problem. We in the Caribbean deserve and demand a meaningful, measurable, and tangible engagement in our region, for which a physical presence is a necessary prerequisite. The war on drugs cannot be fought on the cheap. International cooperation against the world drug problem must be tangible and meaningful, and the very future of scores of small states like ours depends on it. I thank you very much, Mr. President.
I thank the Permanent Representative of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines.